An access and comfort page is a quick lesson in basic consideration. It captures 8 different ways you can make a space or event comfortable and inclusive for an individual with disabilities or particular needs. Even with the best of intentions, people can be a little bit hesitant and may not know what kinds of questions to ask or how to ask them respectfully. A page like this takes the guesswork out of it and opens up an easy discussion as a starting point. It's also a great tool to provide to caregivers or schools when they're planning a field trip or an event. And it's great for friends and family members who just need to understand a little bit more about the needs for a particular individual. First off, we can ask questions or give information about mobility. Sometimes our person might use a wheelchair to conserve energy, and other times they may be a little bit more mobile. They may have difficulty with transitions from floor to standing that it would be good to mention. Maybe the aisles in a space need to be wide enough to accommodate a walker. It's going to be different for everyone. Next, we can consider scents and fragrances that might be in the space. Chemicals used or worn to either clean or just to smell nice may be really appealing to some people, but can make some people really uncomfortable and can make some people quite sick. This kind of sensory stuff matters. Next, we can consider some of the visual aspects of the space. If an individual is low vision, especially in low lighting, it can be a safety risk. On the other end of things, bright lights can trigger migraines or seizures, so it's always great to ask questions about that. From an auditory perspective, some people can be sensitive to ambient noise and prefer a quiet space when possible. It's also good to know if an individual has access to earplugs or headphones to either dampen sound or maybe amplify it if they're hard of hearing. Understanding the space and navigation and how someone can get around is another really important area to ask questions about. Some individuals may require support on uneven ground or stairs. Some people with low vision may need guidance by the arm in low lighting, for example. Next, it's always really important to understand how an individual communicates and maybe what kind of things they like to communicate about or the way that they communicate. Someone may be very social and love to chat, but use an assistive device to do that. Other individuals may prefer not to communicate a lot. As another example, someone might communicate in another language or require clear sight lines or access to a sign language interpreter. Digital accessibility is also a really important point to consider. An individual may use software to read. They may require a certain size of font to understand text. They may use an assistive device to navigate elements on a screen. So more and more, digital accessibility for your event or space is something it's really great to consider and ask questions about, or understand if people are coming in who have those needs, what they need to really engage with and feel included in the experience. Finally is the ever-present other category. Individuals are unique and their needs are unique. And while you can't always meet every need, it's best to do everything that you can to understand what a person needs to feel comfortable and included. In this section, for example, you can list what happens when an individual is stressed and how to meet their needs. Maybe they need a quiet space and to use their earplugs. Maybe they need low lighting or access to sunglasses, or to let someone know that if they have their hat down or their hood is covering their eyes, that it's to accommodate their sensory needs and not a sign of disrespect. This list isn't exhaustive and it's not going to cover everything right off the bat, but the conversation is the important thing to have. You can make this yourself, or you can check it out in the Medical Caregiver bundle on my website, listed in the comments, in my bio, and on the screen in front of you. In the meantime, be kind, be well, and be excellent to each other.